Welcome to Cooking It Up. I'm Chris. We're going to do a turkey. Now, we're not going to do an ordinary turkey. We're going to do one that you cook in a brown bag. We call it brown bagging it. Yes, it seems weird, but we're going to do it, and it doesn't burn the bag. So many people think, oh, it's going to burn the bag. It won't burn the bag. Trust me. It won't soggy and fall apart either. And your turkey will come out nice and brown and crisp and juicy. But first things first, we have to get our measuring cup.
Are you doing turducken?
First thing we're going to do is get our measuring cup. And we put in what we want. Oh my gosh, this one says, I enjoy cooking with wine. Sometimes I even put it in the food. But it has measurements. 2 sips, 3 sips. So we're going to put some in here. Get started. This is the first thing. Then we're going to get our turkey out. Now it takes about a week, not 3 days. Okay.
Is that turducken?
No, I'm not going to do a turducken in this episode.
Okay.
I've done 2. They are very labor intensive.
Prime rib?
Next time.
That's prime rib?
We're going to do turkey. Now this is a 20-pound turkey, and it's 21.3 pounds. 21 1/3, so it's a tom. Your hens are going to be around 15, 16.
What happened to the 15-pounder we picked out?
The one I picked out was 15.
Yeah.
But someone, you, said we need to freeze a bunch of turkey and forget that it's in the freezer. So first thing, before you open this up, find a pan to fit it and give it a little cushion. So you take out all your little pans. Pan.
Yeah.
Don't fit. That way you're not dirtying them. You're getting turkey goo all over them. Next one.
Turkey got goo?
No, not enough. Not enough. Almost. Getting there.
Alright. You're making a lot of noise.
I think our camera operator needs to go away.
Continue.
You can always use one of these roasters if your turkey's small enough. This is, I don't know. We're going to flip it over to see how it works. Okay. This might work. But we're going to have a bag. Brown bag. So there's not really much room around it.
That's not the way you do brown bag. Brown bag, you put it in a brown bag, spit it on the cookie sheet, stick it in the oven.
But the cookie sheet won't be deep enough to hold all the juices that will come out of the brown bag. So this is a Schaefer dish. You can also get really large foil pans if you don't want to have a dirty pan. You can just throw those away. Those are awesome. I didn't get to go to the store tonight to get those. Oh, that's big enough. Because we're going to marinate this overnight.
Marinate.
We're going to inject it and rub it and caress it. Okay. Still need more wine.
Yeah, choke that chicken.
Yeah, someone who had a 32-ounce margarita.
Yeah. So it's birthday. We celebrate. I drunk him one.
Oh, there it is. Yep. Okay. Y'all see this little tiny pop-up thingy where it turns red? You pull it out. Chuck it. Crap.
What the hell?
It's garbage. Don't use it.
It
By the time that thing pops up, your bird's dried out and overcooked.
That's a bionic implant.
So you can cut this little plastic thing. I don't know how the hell did they get these things in here. I swear to God.
What the hell are you doing now?
Ugh. Plastic thing.
Pull out diaphragm.
Yeah, you're cutting that one out.
What are you talking about?
All right, now we're going to take this whole pan over to the sink because it's got a lot of juice in it.
first one's got a lot of juice. I don't want to say the rest.
There we go. Make sure your sink's all so. All right. Oh, still trying. This thing is heavy.
Why are you dressed like an owl?
All right, now you're gonna have some stuff inside your turkey. It comes pre-stuffed. Take it out. Still little icy chunks in here. Take it out. This is the neck. Very long turkey necks. What you're gonna do with these is cook them up for your gravy and stuff. Okay. Now cut that tail off. That's got a lot of meat. You can use that too in the gravy. Cut this big giant chunk of fat. Pitch it. Get all the little fat stuffs in there. Okay, that's going to be up in this side. Up here at the top, you're going to have a little bag. What's in this bag, you ask? Other stuff that you're going to cook up. Got a little thing. This little thing is called the heart. This little tiny heart. Then you have liver. And you have this. Is that the gizzard? Yeah. All these things you cook up for the gravy, and then you just, like the heart and the liver, you can grind up, pull the meat off, and put it in your dressing. Yummy. Our camera person left. Little too much to drink tonight. So, cut this big chunk of fatty skin off. I think they take off about a pound of crap. They only do that till they get more money. Okay. This is your turkey. Now, I'm going to go over to the sink, rinse it out. Okay, now, as our bird just sits there, we're going to make the marinade and rub. Because we're going to inject it. I didn't get the injector out yet. Oh, let me find all the pieces to it. There they are. 3, these pieces, your injector. Now you can like melt butter or something, stick it in there. I'm not going to do that. We're going to make it basically an olive oil one. A little healthier. I'll use this one. And a bowl for the rub. This is paprika. We're going to make ours like a little bit of Cajun style here. I'm going to make a little extra rub because a lot of this is going to go in the marinade. And the rest is going to get rubbed on. Oh, hey, what do you know? I'm going to hang on to that one because I buy this in bulk. Some onion powder. You can buy marinades. I'm putting maybe 2 to 3 tablespoons. Here's some garlic. Not as much as that, maybe a tablespoon or 2. Some black pepper. You can use coarse, I don't recommend coarse ground pepper because it won't get through the little holes on your injector. But when you do get a marinade for the injector, make sure it says it's for injectors. You don't want to have large particles. A tablespoon of that. Boatload of salt. Can't have too much. Well, I guess you could have too much salt. That's turkey. It takes a lot of salt. I don't have any little salt. All mine's ground, coarse ground. Coarse. And I have to grind it and grind it and grind it and grind it and grind it. Wine break. By the way, I'm drinking Amoroso. I think that's how you pronounce it. Amoroso. Pinot Noir. What year? Oh, 2013. It's a nice Pinot. Okay. Alright, got a lot of that stuff in there. Now, we're going to put a little bit of heat in there. I didn't get any heat out yet. There we go. It's actually chili powder. I mean, not chili powder, but powdered Asian chilies. That's what it is. Gonna mix it up. Okay, now in this one, we're gonna put our olive oil. Oh, let's see. About half a cup, I suppose. That's olive oil. If you make too much Cajun and balsamic, you would think, oh, but I mean, it's gonna be good. But I'm not gonna put a lot of this in because it's dark. You can use a light. That was a couple tablespoons, I guess. And some lemon juice. Now, tart, yes. Let's sweeten her up. And my honey's on the other side. My son's honey. Oh, a couple tablespoons of that. Oh, wine time. Why am I not putting wine in here? Because I'd rather drink it. Oh. Baby whisk. Somebody bent my baby whisk. Okay, now I'm going to put this in. We'll just put the whole thing in. I'll make up some more for the rub. Now, you're going to have to taste it. It's nice. Let's do that again. Tablespoon or so. Couple of tablespoonies. Yeah. Some pepper. Grind, 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 grind. Grind some more, and some more. Oh, I gotta get more paprika. Well, this is getting time for like the salt to dissolve and stuff like that. Market. They're cheaper. It's like $1 for a couple ounces. I got this at Aldi's, 3 ounces for a couple dollars. So. My little container again. All filled. Oh, I like a lot of paprika. A little bit of heat. Not too much. Probably a little more salt. Mix her up. regardless if you inject your turkey or not, always season it. You can brine it. That's soaking it in a salt water solution. I've done that. It's a little pain in the butt, but now when you inject a turkey, don't poke it all over. Right in the center of the breast, down. Inject a little bit, come up a little bit, not all the way out. Angle it the other way. Inject. One syringe full. Enough to do one side. That's all right, it's running out. Now we've deep fried them. A little trickier when you marinate them. Just got to make sure they're not wet. Same thing, wherever you go, one hole. Okay. More holes, more juice coming out. We don't want that. So you take care of the inside of the meat. You can take care of the outside. We're going to rub it. You take this here. You do this with your fingers. You don't have to get underneath the skin. You have the thin membrane. You put it on the skin. Gee. You're going to get to the meat. But you can do this. That's okay. And you can come down around the thigh, the leg. Don't worry, it's already dead. It ain't gonna hurt. Now you take some of this in your hand. Yeah, once you put your hand in there, you can't use it for nothing else but this. I mean, you can't save it. Gotta use all this up. All right, there we go. Do it to the other side. Now, if you were going to deep fry, you wouldn't do that. We've grilled them, deep fried them. Those are always fun. Roasted them in your traditional oven with plastic bags. I don't like the plastic bag. Makes everything soggy. Like, there. You're all slathered up. Now we're going to cover up with plastic. Tomorrow morning we're going to put this in the paper bag on a metal rack inside the paper bag. And put it back in this pan after we clean it up. You fold up the bag and you bake it and it'll be fine. Yay! Marinating overnight since we injected it. Put the seasonings up under the skin. We're going to put it in our bag. Now be careful when you get your grocery bag at the store, the brown bags. We're going to cook it in a brown bag. They're not all the same size. Look at that. One smaller. If you use a little tiny turkey breast or something, sure. But we're having a big turkey, so we need the big bag. Make sure it's big enough.
Now where'd you get those bags?
The small ones at Meijer's and the bigger ones at Kroger's. So wherever you're at, make sure you look at the bags. They'll give them to you. You know, you don't even have to put anything in them. Big enough for the turkey. And it's clean, don't worry. Now we're going to spray our pan over the sink. Get it good and sprayed. Now we're going to put the turkey on this inside the bag to keep it from sitting on the bag. Spray it. Spray everything. Okay. Now before we do that, we're going to put a few things of garlic. Smush them a little. And chuck them in there. onions, quarter them, put them in there. I don't recommend stuffing a bird because by the time that stuffing inside is 160 degrees, everything else is overcooked. Cook your stuffing separate. Now, oh, this is going to be the fun part. We're going to set this bag. Now, if you're worried about the ink or something, just put it on the bottom. It's not going to bleed through. The grease isn't going to be making the bag fall apart. It's not going to burn in the oven. If you're not cooking in the oven that high, your oven should be preheating at 325. Now, this is a 20-pound turkey, so it's going to take about 3.5 hours. Just slide that in there. Now, before we put the bird in there, oh. Put that out of the way. I'm going to tuck these wings behind the breast. I'm not a professional, so. Okay. Put your hand inside. Not as easy when you get a big turkey in here. Oops. If you get a helper, that'd be great. Now, not quite in there yet all the way. Yeah, a helper can help you hold the bag open. All right, shove it all the way in to the end. Oh, I gotta get my stapler, which is on the desk. Oh, thank you. My nice little boss stitch. Should I get the boss stitch? Yes, I got a boss stitch. Now we're gonna fold that down. Staple. Probably gonna have to wipe your stapler off when you're done. If you don't have staples, you probably could use paper clips. Something to hold it shut, but not tape. Tape will not hold up in the oven, it'll melt. Maybe, it just won't hold it. Center it back into the pan. Make sure we're all in there. Now we're gonna put it in the oven. If you have the opportunity, get a double oven. They're awesome. Now, oh, what I have over here, remember the neck and the tail? I'm cooking them. You just put them in here, cover them with water, simmer them. I put the gizzards in there too. And, well, every now and then you might have to add a little more water, but you want to simmer them for a while to get that turkey juice. Don't put the heart and liver in there yet. Those only take like 5 minutes to cook, real quick. So we're going to simmer that for a while, because that's the meat. We're going to take off the turkey and put it in the dressing. I'm going to take off the neck and stuff. That's just simmering. And now, in about 3 hours, I'm going to stab right through the plastic, or paper, sorry. Yeah, don't use those plastic bags. And then I'm going to stab through it with a little thermometer. These are just a few bucks, really cheap. You don't have to get fancy. And then it'll say when it hits 160 in the meat, don't hit the bone, like in the middle of the turkey breast, right on top. You can know where it's at. And then it'll be done. Then you take it out and let it set for 20 minutes. You don't cut it, don't do anything to it, just let it set for 20 minutes. That way the juices stay inside the meat, because if you cut it right away, all the juices come out and you got dry meat. So, well, then I guess next we'll start the rest of dinner.